So thank you again, Bob, for being here with me. And since we're here together, and I know we have very little time, but I just wanted to get some of your advice and some coaching from you on how to give more value. Like, you know, I've been coaching for 13 years. I have this book out now. I run workshops and I have clients, and I often feel like I want to be able to give more and to offer more, because and how do you give more value?
Well, I think part of it is, I'm going to use salespeople as an example. Our profession's about to become extinct because we can buy everything we want on the internet.
Yep.
And unless salespeople and give more value, and it goes for every business, no matter what business you're in, you need to give added value. And what people don't understand about added value is they've been so busy selling, that they think the more they tell the buyer, the better off they are. But what happens is the more you tell, the more you're selling, and the less value you're giving. So again, very similar to the thoughts reframing in your book with neurolinguistic programming, we need to think the opposite. Rather than telling and selling, we need to understand the universal needs of buyers. First, they want to be understood. So that means we got to ask them a lot of questions and we have to listen. And that in itself is added value, believe it or not. Just listening to the person across from you. Helping them feel welcomed, comfortable, and making them feel important. Mirroring and matching their body language as you do in neurolinguistic programming to build rapport, build trust. So the more we get them to talk, the more we question them and show interest in them and concern, the more we help them to discover the things for themselves. So when it comes time to giving them a solution, we really have a rule. It says, sell today, educate tomorrow. When we say sell today, educate tomorrow, it's all about satisfy their needs for today, but then tomorrow give them all the other value. Like when I started reading your book, I was quite impressed and I enjoyed it, but then you gave more value to it by sharing your personal stories and opening up your heart, your hardships and your pain that you went through and how you turned it around and you overcame all these obstacles. You yourself did it. And that's what people need to understand is the value is it's the added value. It's the surprises we didn't expect. Nowhere in here on the front cover in the front does this say I'm going to get to know you from the inside out and the experiences I went through, but that was added value to me by you sharing your personal stories and the difference you made in your own life. So to me that's added value. Give another example. In my case, I speak all over the world, and one of the things I do is I teach discipline. And I define discipline as a commitment to the most important person in the world, yourself. It means doing what you have to do even when you don't want to do it. So anybody who attends any of my seminars, they come to buy whoever I am and they sit through the day, and then halfway, 3/4 through the day, I say, by the way, I can't teach you everything in one day. I'm going to give you as much as I can. However, anybody who attends any of my seminars is entitled to free email coaching. Now, how quickly would you like me to reply? And I always get them to say 24 hours. And that's my guarantee. Well, you've experienced it. You know that already.
Yes, I get 6-hour replies, actually.
Okay, well, you're special. But I mean, the point is by just saying, they didn't come here to buy, they didn't come to the seminar to get 24-hour coaching, but that's a value added.
Right.
No other speaker or trainer in the world offers that. As a matter of fact, they all ask me, how can you guarantee something like that? Are you crazy? But it's because I'm very disciplined. I made a commitment to myself years ago that I could do it. I know what I can do and what I can't do. Now that I have a commitment to myself and I trust my commitment to myself, I could trust my commitment to others. And I'm very open about that, and I do it. And it's one of my basic disciplines. But here's the thing, the secret to it all. I'm going to leave India in the next couple of days, and let's say I was going back home with Dave, and it's going to take me from here to Dubai, to Toronto, to Ottawa, to home. It's going to be close to 24 hours. By the time I get home, I'm going to be dead tired. I want to go to sleep. But what must I do before I go to sleep?
Reply all your emails.
I have to reply to all my emails. Now here's the secret. Any behavior that gets recognized or rewarded gets repeated. The problem is, particularly in the workplace, is we spend too much time recognizing inappropriate behaviors. And if we recognize inappropriate behaviors, they get repeated. So what we need to do is recognize appropriate behaviors so they get repeated. So I then reply to my emails, then I have to recognize and reward myself for doing what I said I'm going to do, so it gets repeated.
Yeah.
So what do you think my reward is at the end of each and every day? Very simple.
You tell me.
I give myself permission to have a good night's rest. And every night I have a good night's rest, because I do everything in my day that I say I'm
That
going to
you
do.
said you were going to do.
Exactly.
So you make a declaration, you do
Totally.
it, and
Do
and
it,
then you
reward yourself.
Reward yourself.
You can go to sleep now.
And yeah.
Give you another example. What's your most productive time of the day? Morning, day, night?
Afternoons.
Okay, afternoons. I happen to be a morning person. I used to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning, have a cup of coffee. Now I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I dedicate the first hour of my day to the most important person in the world, to me.
Yourself.
Yeah, I call it Bob time.
Yeah.
Bob does something for Bob to help Bob gets where they want to go.
Okay.
There's a lot of bobbing going on.
Lots of bobbing.
Be careful now. We're not talking about the Australian kind of bobbing. Anyways, what I do is I help myself. I do things for myself to help myself get where I want to go. What do you think my reward is at 7 o'clock?
Coffee?
My first cup of
Your
coffee.
coffee?
How much more do you think I enjoy that cup of
You
coffee now?
love
Because
it.
I earned it.
You earned it.
And while I drink it, I give thanks for the fact that I can have a cup of coffee when there's millions of people around the world that can't have a clean glass of water. What a way to
Gratitude
start a
again.
day.
Yeah.
7, 8 o'clock, I believe in physical fitness. Exercise of some sort. 8 o'clock, my reward is
Coffee.
breakfast.
Oh.
And as I eat my breakfast, I'm thankful for the fact that I can have breakfast when there's
so
millions of
many
people
can't.
around the world, or even in our own neighborhood, children going to school hungry in the morning. And then, of course, at 9 o'clock when I go and do a seminar, how do you think I feel?
Awesome.
Awesome. And how do you think I'm going to perform?
Fabulous.
Because here's the thing, how can I give somebody something else? How can I give somebody or teach somebody discipline
When you're not disciplined yourself.
exactly if I don't have it inside to give away?
Exactly.
So I believe in, if you start taking care of yourself, as Dave said earlier, living your life from the inside out and reinforcing that and rewarding yourself along the way with the little things in life, coffee, water, exercise, breakfast. These little things reinforce it, and in time you develop those effective habits that make a difference in your life.
I have to say something. I'm so grateful for everything that you shared, and it's so interesting for me to see, and like we were discussing as well with Dave, that so people, you're from Canada, and I'm here in Mumbai, from Australia and Singapore,
Yes,
just
ma'am.
and the messages, like you're talking
Oh.
about rewarding. I've got this pleasure
right.
list, and it's the same, and
It's
gratitude,
exactly.
and it's the same message that's being said by so many
people. Yes.
and it's still so beautiful, because the reader it may be different or maybe the same, and even if it's the same reader, then it's reinforcement that this is the truth, this works. That's why it's being said over and over and over again.
And said in so many different ways, with so many stories and everything. So,
Analogies
because we're
and
all
examples.
we're all on the same path, and that's why it's so important for people to pick up this book and start reading it now.
Thank you.
It's such a heart-touching book.
Thank you.
I thank you for writing it,
Thank you, Bob.
and I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.